You may think this is not a big deal. Trust me, it is. It's a huge deal because the implications of these little details is massive and has long-term consequences for pretty much all of us. Guys, as always, if you want to learn more about preparedness and survival, get ready for what's happening already. The quickly changing world in which we're all living in. You have the channel with a bunch of information. I always recommend my book, Surviving the Economic Collapse, as well as 3 survival skills. A ton of super valuable survival and preparedness information, so as to get ready. Folks, we now have Trump that is renaming the Department of Defense to the Department of War. Officials say, okay, that's not a big deal, right? It's a name. What is in a name? Well, there's actually a lot written about what's in a name. Let's check this out.
Executive order, and he's going to be authorizing a second title for the Department of Defense, calling it the Department of War. We can't say he's renaming it because he would actually need authorization from Congress to rename the department. It was essentially and originally the Department of War until about 1947 when President Truman changed the name and brought in some more agencies and military.
So 1947, that's when it was changed from Department of War to the Department of Defense. For people that don't know, all over the world, every civilized nation, as far as I know, has a Department of Defense or Ministry of Defense, Ministerio de Defensa. Yeah, it's always going to be defense that you see in pretty much every single civilized country in planet Earth. Not sure about how it goes like in other places, but pretty much all Western nations have this thing of we label ourselves as defense, especially after World War II. The idea is we're civilized now. We don't go attacking nations for territorial ambitions or for the destruction of, ethnic groups or things I don't like. So I'm just defending myself. Now, you may be thinking, well, it's not a big deal. It's just a name. And at the end of the day, we've been involved in regime changes all along. The war in Vietnam, the different wars in the Middle East, looking for weapons of mass destruction, all of this nonsense. We still do these things. Yeah, it is true. All of that is true. But when you stop even pretending to be all about defending your nation and nothing else, not about being aggression, right? The aggression starter. No. Now you're labeling yourself as we have a Department of War. We are in the business of war. It's a big change. I'll give you an example. Ministry of Education, Department of Education, Ministry of Education, whatever you want to call it. Oh yeah, that's it. We joke about the meme is, it's the Department of Ideological Indoctrination and whatnot, right? And that's in fact many times what they end up doing. Often, it's a big part of what they do is indoctrinate slaves. All right, but what if my country changes officially a name from the Department of Education to Department of Social Engineering and Training Slaves? You probably want to move out of that place. You probably don't want to send your kid because there's no pretense anymore. There's no ideological, high mark in terms of this is what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to educate children, not brainwash them. No. Now we specifically say that we're brainwashing children. Now we specifically say that we're not about defending our country. No, we're about taking over others people's shit. Going after, we are at war, and that's what we have a department for. Something that was since, it's crazy, 1947, right after World War II, and then it was, no, we now live in a world of peace and civilized politics and behavior, and now it's, no, that's shit, that boat has sailed. Yeah, funny.